Good morning, everyone. I was going to wait until a little bit later to upload about this update on this case, but I thought it was important for anybody who actually was invested in knowing what was going on, and it brings up a few topics. So the latest update is that Jashyah Moore's mother has been arrested, and both of her children have been put into child protective custody, and looks like she's going to be going to jail. There haven't been many details about the form of abuse, but I have the news clip, and you'll be able to watch that. So I had someone in the comments section ask a really good question, and it was, they were really glad that she was found safe, which we all were. But what happens about all the money donated, because at first glance, it looks like she's a runaway, right? And this is until you find out that there was abuse. Now, I realize that when you're talking about missing children and their parents, that you have to tread lightly. And the story was very, very confusing at first, right? Her mom was saying how she would never run away. She liked being at home. She was always on her video game. She wouldn't leave her little brother. But when she went back to the store, it was to retrace her steps for a card, I guess, that she had lost that was her mom's. And that was the first thing that kind of clicked to me, outside of the stepfather, who was ex-police officer, who she was, I guess, subpoenaed to testify in grand jury about. While that part looked really ominous, the other thing that I noticed was retracing her steps for the card. That coming up first struck my interest, because a part of me thought maybe she was so distraught about losing the card, she felt bad about going home and didn't want to tell her mom that she couldn't find it. I didn't initially link it to any form of abuse, but I did think this may be a reason for somebody with a young, malleable mind who's probably not making the most mature decisions about confronting it. But I will be uploading, I want to say later today, because I wanted to speak on this case and also Jelani Days. The one thing that I want to say is, while I was initially a little, I don't want to say upset, maybe irritated about the situation where people are donating and they're trying to find somebody and she turns up safe, my very first reaction after that was to feel blessed that this child was found, because it's not often that they come home. The second thing was, there has to be a separation in looking for a child and your intentions on wanting them found versus what you do to find them and who contributes to it. So what I don't want to happen is that because now her mother is being found of abuse and this is what made her leave home, that people connect those two things to why these cases with little brown and black and indigenous children, girls, boys, men, or women, are not getting the same effort everybody else does, because this is not the case in all situations, and Jashyah is still the innocent party in the whole thing. She's still the one who is suffering, and I think that's what's most important. Now, I plan on looking into what happens to donations once a family receives them for something like this, because I think that is a really good question. But I just wanted to give a slight update and kind of my initial thoughts on it, and hopefully everybody's having a good morning. Thank you.
14-year-old daughter Jashyah Moore was found safe, but now there are questions about what was going on behind closed doors at home. CBS 2's Jessica Layton reports.
The missing teen signs have been torn down, and her mother is in custody. And Friday night in East Orange, a concerned community was in shock at the twist in this high-profile mystery.
She needed to be in jail if she was beating on that girl.
And at the deli that got so much attention as one of the last places Jashyah Moore was seen last month, they are elated she's been found safe.
I am very happy, very happy. I'm glad that we found her as a community.
This young man was one of many who was looking for the teen. The community has been gathering for search parties organized by her mother, Jamie Moore, who days ago made a desperate plea for her daughter's safe return.
I love you. If you see this, I'm looking for you.
Obviously, this was an extremely resilient and resourceful young lady, and she decided that she wanted to be someplace other than where she had been.
Prosecutors say that place was New York City. The 14-year-old was found Thursday night near the corner of West 111th Street and Lenox Avenue in Harlem after somebody recognized her and called police. We're told she ran away and had been spending time at a Brooklyn shelter. When found, she initially denied her identity. But police say then Jashyah made certain concerning statements about her home life, which led them to question her mother. Jamie Moore was ultimately arrested and charged with endangering the welfare of a child. The allegations of physical abuse and neglect were sadly not a surprise for this community activist.
I'm here today to make sure she is not returned to that home. Somebody has got to speak for this baby. This baby was out there panhandling every day while she lived in East Orange. How does panhandling, not going to school, what does that say?
She wasn't good at home, and she was looking for refuge from other places.
That refuge is now the New Jersey Division of Child Protection for Jashyah and her 3-year-old brother, with love and support coming from all over her hometown. In East Orange, New Jersey, Jessica Layton, CBS 2 News.